Well, good morning, Coach Biker here, and recently I did fit the Tec Bike Parts foot pegs, and they came with, because I bought a kit, a brake lever and a gear lever. This video concerns the brake lever. I have to say I really like it. It's much better than the OEM brake lever, which is just too flimsy, more like a gear lever than a brake lever. This one has got two pegs on it, so it feels like a plate, more like a traditional brake plate, so I feel much better with it. I've also fitted some sintered rear brake pads. I'm not doing a video on that. It's if you want to mess with your brake pads, that's up to you. These are the ones I used. It's double HTM EBC sintered FA213HH, and I'm so much happier with that brake lever and those brake pads and the adjustment in the foot pegs. The whole thing has just come together. Anyway, this is how that went. Okay, if I can install this, this is something I'm very much looking forward to. It's a better brake lever than the one that's on the bike. There it is, it's for the spring. And my one is a lot fatter than it should be because I put a sleeve over it. Lining that one up, it's a bit longer. Unfortunately, to fit that, I think I've got to move all of this. Okay, so to get this pedal off, there's a Allen bolt in there which should be Loctite in, apparently, according to the Tec website guy. So it's got to come off. That means that bolt's got to come undone, which is covered by the master cylinder. So these are going to have to come off. Move it. 5mm. Thanks to the old Amazon. There we go. Back of there. Washer. Pin comes out. So that's all come out of there. We're in. Thankfully that's now going to give me access to these two bolts. I can take this off. There's the spring at the back, which I'll disconnect. Okay, this appears to be a 12mm. I noticed on the Tec Bike Parts video he didn't show you any of this. He said, oh, I've already replaced those with Allen bolts, and then just proceeded to take them off. Well, you can't do that on the standard bike, well, not on my bike anyway. So loosen that one. Quite tight, maybe Loctited. I think I'll Loctite when I put them back on. Quite loose. And look at that. Passenger. It's like a dead mosquito. Right, that's the bottom one. What's come out so far. Top one. I'm gonna, no Loctite there, I'll probably put a bit of Loctite on those. So the one thing about this I'm not keen on is there's the Royal Enfield with an eye and the spring loops, so there's no way that's coming out of there. Whereas the Tec Bike Parts has just got an Allen screw and a lock nut. Right, so remove that spring and undo that bolt there, which again I will Loctite in, but not on the pivot point inside thing. It's quite difficult to get on, so hopefully that will keep it on. Yeah, actually, it's not too bad. Once it's on, it's not going to come off, so that's good. The body of the spring holds it on. I'm going to take that out, Loctite it, lock that nut, and make sure it can't move. There's no way that was ever coming undone. I was never going to vibrate free, that's for sure. I suppose you've got to be careful with brakes. That's why this is not a how-to. Don't copy me. I watched the Tec Bike Parts video first. It's just that my bike isn't set up like his, because he'd already changed quite a bit of it, including he'd already loosened off all this. Anyway, here we go. So you can see it's coming out. There's all Loctite in there, but the bush obviously hasn't got Loctite on it. I'll put grease on that. Some basic multi-purpose grease should do that job. There we go. So you can see the Loctite in there. There's the bolt. And the one thing to check, he says, is that it fits in and moves smoothly, which it does. So I'm going to grease inside here so that when I put that in, and I'll Loctite the end of that so it doesn't get any grease on it, and I don't want Loctite to get into there, so that should do the job. My grease on the bearing, got my Loctite on the nut, need to put the spring back on. Right, with all that tightened up, I'm ready to replace it on the bike. Anyway, they're in. Tight and Loctited. Right, that's that job done. Yeah, so not a difficult job, a little bit fiddly, and you know, I was careful to include Loctite, particularly on that spring bolt, which does go in a long way, to be fair to them, and does hold the spring well. I was a bit concerned about that. And with the two poles on the two posts on the lever, it feels great to me, so I'm very pleased with that. I'm very Alan Milliard with that. He says he's very pleased with things. So that brake lever, very good. Isn't it, Miguel? Very good. You start the row. Okay, well, he's not in the mood, obviously. So on that note, Codge Biker is out. Just that I have returned the pegs because I prefer the OEM ones. Have kept the Tec Bike Parts brake lever. That is good.